Can Yu-Gi-Oh players be creative? Yu-Gi-Oh players are very judgmental. Okay? If they find something to talk about you in a negative way, they will say it. They will find it and they will say it. Yu-Gi-Oh players are contradictive. Is that the word? Contradictive? Whatever. They conflict their views. Okay? They say, oh, I'm tired of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh players aren't creative. Aren't being creative. You see the same decks. And then, okay, a Yu-Gi-Oh player tries to be creative. And they show their deck. And you down them so bad. You talk about how stupid their deck decision was. Why isn't this in there? Why isn't that in there? Well, didn't you just say he should have been creative? And he tries to, and this is what you do to the person who be creative? Who would want to be creative if they know this is going to happen to them? I think that Yu-Gi-Oh players will praise a person who is creative if that deck wins. If it wins. Then they will be like, oh yeah, that was good. But if it loses, then that's when all the negative stuff comes in. Or if the person looks funny or weird. If there was a famous Yu-Gi-Oh player who came up with a creative deck, even if it loses, they will get praise. It's all about who the person is. There's a lot of things that go into this. Yu-Gi-Oh players could be creative. But another point of view, they want to win. Duh. They want to win, obviously. So, how can you be creative and win if most of the decks that are creative will lose? So, that leaves them no choice but to play what's winning. No choice. So you can't get mad at Yu-Gi-Oh players for playing the same meta deck as someone else. They want to win. They have no choice. This is what Konami has given them. A limited pool of decks that win. If enough tier 2 decks, or if say there was one tier 2 deck, and enough people were playing it, that increases the chances of that deck topping. And if it does top, people will probably consider it tier 1 or meta. And more people will play it, and the more chances that it will top. What makes someone want to play a deck? It wins. Its ability to plus over your opponent. OTK, how fast the deck is. So when you try to be creative, you try to bring those aspects to your creative deck. And that's pretty much how I judge my deck, my creative deck. Okay, how many outs can I do? When I open up with 6 cards in my hand, what can I do? When I draw my 6 cards, can I do something with this? How many times do I draw 6 cards and like, oh, this is trash, this is trash, this is trash. And then I take out what is bad and replace it. That's kind of the point of playtesting and being creative, to find that deck that wins and find that deck that no one is playing. It really is difficult. I have my notes here. Yu-Gi-Oh players say, oh, I hate the meta deck. Oh, I hate this deck. I hate it. I don't want to play it. Ever. And then, what do? They play the deck. They play the deck that they hate. And what are their responses? Oh, it wins. It wins, so I play the deck, it wins. I need something to win. This is my tournament deck, even though I hate it. You know, I know some of you guys have your tournament deck you hate. You have to play it because you gotta win. Then you have your little creative deck on the side. Is that really true? Do you guys have those kind of things? So the point is of this video, Yu-Gi-Oh players could be creative. They choose not to because they want to win. They hate the meta decks. They hate the decks. They hate seeing those same pool of decks, but they have no choice because they want to win. And if they try to be creative, people dog them and talk about them. So they don't want to be creative. And then when they play the meta decks, people dog them about that. Yu-Gi-Oh players are judgmental. Severely judgmental. They don't know which way to go. Is that you? Are you that type of person?